Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, my name is Ann, and on my channel I review foreign international content. Today I'm back to review Little Women. We're doing that every week, and today we're reviewing episodes 7 and 8. And all I can say is Angel, checkmate. She was like, you need to wait, son R. I got something for you, right? Wait a minute now, wait a minute, because I'm about to blow your brains out. And oh, you thought the money was still in the suitcase? Oh no, it's rocks. Oh my God, I loved 7 and 8 so much. Oh, so good. So anyway, let's go to Inju. So first of all, in 7, we're glad to see that she wasn't the one who killed the great aunt. So that was a good reveal. And I think most of us did kind of guess that it could have been the butler who was taking care of her. Remember the one who was always giving her those eggnog drinks, liqueurs, or whatever that is? So clearly, he must have been the one who did it, because we saw the car leaving, and then all of a sudden, In Ki-young comes in, and then Mr. Choi is following, and it's like, how could Inju have done it? So that was interesting to find out. And then obviously now going to Singapore to find out that she's got a double, a twin, somebody who looks like her. At first I'm like, oh, Hwa-young had always wanted to do plastic surgery. Did she actually accomplish the fact that maybe she changed her face to look like Inju? How crazy was that? I'm like, how is it that everybody knows her? But in episode 8, like we saw, spoiler alert if you haven't gotten there, we found out that all those people in that hotel were all paid actors thanks to Sun Ah. That Sun Ah is one crazy lady. And the fact that she was locked up by her husband up there, I'm like, wow. And then what is sad is now clearly Yorin is definitely seeing who her mom really was. I think in the beginning there, she looked at her mom like this, victim of the dad's antics, but Sun Ah is not innocent one bit. In my mind, clearly she's behind all this, because she's got those doll houses that she did during her, I don't know, art school when she was in university. And she's used these doll houses, and that's how she sets up this murder. Clearly, because the day Hwa-young died, she left with that fur coat and then comes back without it. And then the next time we see Hwa-young dead, she's wearing the coat. And here we're thinking husband Park Jae-sung, but I have a feeling they're all in it together, and maybe he went there to look for the crazy wife who's always running away, who I cannot believe the only way to keep her control is to keep her locked up there. Crazy, right? In Ki-young going to find Choi's mother and father, that was so interesting. First she went to the jail, found the mother, who we find out the mother went to jail for the murder of Park Jae-sung's father, and he was aware. I'm like, ooh, Park Jae-sung, oh my God, you evil man, you killed your own father. And then obviously it sounds like she did it so that her son could get the scholarship to go to the US and get an education. That's how Choi apparently got his education. And then the dad apparently is one of the last 12 from the Sogren Society who's been rogue, hiding in the bushes out there, and can kill anybody, like scary and bombing everything. I'm scared of him. So that was interesting. And I thought it was interesting that Choi was mad that they went to find his parents. Like when Inju is like, we found your parents and we know who they are, he was just, it's interesting that almost like, wait, you found my weakness, you know what I'm saying? Like he's always cool, calm, and collected. And he was like, you found my parents? Who, by the way, at this point, I still don't know if I can trust him. Now, I'm thinking he's the one who's got the money. There must have been some sort of a switcheroo during that car accident, because I believe the white BMW that was following everybody, that must have been Choi. Choi must have been like, something is up. So when the car accident happened, I got the feeling that maybe that's when the money was switched. And then maybe that's when Inju was like playing, like she was hurt. And ooh, I so loved episode 8, that ending right there when San Ah is like, Inju, you poor thing, you know, you people who are poor always want to rise up, and you don't know what it's like to rise up to this. Now that you're here, you're about to die. And then she was like, oh really, girl, really, I got a gun, you know, and why do you look like a person who's lost their toy? I was like, ooh, not the shade, right? So that was interesting. And then Inhe, okay, Inhe is redeeming herself, okay? I almost feel like Inhe and her friend Yori may be the ones who are gonna bring these adults down, okay? Because Inhe is right there where everything is happening, and she's exposed to everybody. And I can't believe Park Jae-sang is over here grooming her. You know, grooming her. Oh, look at this building. We're gonna demolish and build it up. You know, I'm like, what are you doing hanging around with a teenage? It just looks creepy. And then he calls her in the car and he's like, oh, so you guys didn't think we'd see that you helped Yorin to go up to go see her mom when I had her locked up. Clearly, he's watching everything, okay? He's watching, he's got cameras everywhere. Talk about being a big brother, you know, all over the place. And then threatening her, like, you know, if you and Urine run away, I will find you, or something like that. And I loved what she said to him. She said, you know, the reason why I hated why my parents and my sisters would show me that kind of love, what it made me feel like is I wanted to die. And right now you're doing the same thing to your daughter. I was like, ooh. So really, you think you're loving her, but you're just making her just run away from you. So that was interesting. So my money at this point is Inhe. Inhe may save the day. Now with In Ki-young and that interview with Choi's dad, I don't know if she's able to make it happen. I don't know. I feel like Park Jae-sang is probably already one step ahead of them. So I'm totally seeing him probably, you know, messing around with that. But we shall see. But oh, I loved episode 7 and 8. What did you think? What was your favorite? Everything was so good. This right here is so much fun. I cannot wait to see what happens in episode 9 and 10. I'm thinking, I don't think she's gonna shoot her, but clearly she's definitely gonna threaten her enough to get away, is what I'm getting. And I'm getting the feeling that obviously she'll connect with Choi, and here's to hoping that maybe they're more on the same team than against. All I know is Choi said she'll make her disappear and look like she died. But do we know if he's actually gonna do it or not? I don't know. That being said, we know Choi has the capability to do it because he did the same thing for his missing girlfriend, right? Remember, people thought she died, but she's alive and well and changed her name to something else. So that was interesting. It was, in a little way, I was almost like, oh my gosh, Hwa-young is still alive? And then, yeah, we figured out real quick that wasn't the case. But what did you think of episode 7 and 8? I love this show. I'm loving how they're like, we're getting to business every episode. We're not gonna string you along or anything like that. It's like, here's information, you figure it out, and I'm just like eating it all up. It's just fantastic. Anyway, let me know down in the comments what you thought of episode 7 and 8. And as usual, I'm always grateful that you join me. Join me next week when we review episode 9 and 10. And if you do like my video, give me a like, subscribe. It does always help to support my channel. And I'll see you next week. Deuces.